The Houston Texans were the single biggest surprise team in the NFL last year. This was a squad that had won 4, 4, and 3 games the previous 3 seasons. Last year, they went 10-7 and they won the division. The question for 2024, of course, is can Houston do it again? Hey, Teddy Covers from WagerTalk.com. We're doing NFL previews for all 32 teams. Today we're talking about the Houston Texans. Right now, line 9.5 wins here in Las Vegas. Juice to the over. I'm seeing minus 140 in that range for the Texans right now. And of course, we're doing these previews early so you guys can get your bets down early. This number has already moved. There's been a fair bit of Texan support. Certainly to win the division, there's been a fair bit of Texan support. I wouldn't be surprised at all if we see more. You know, when you talk about teams that win 6 or more games their previous season than they did the year before, like Houston, there tends to be some regression with those teams. It's only happened 7 times since 2019's, and the one season big jump oftentimes turns into a next season regression. Houston does not look like that. All right. On paper, this team's loaded. All right. D'Amico Ryans, a head coach who we liked at the hire, we like even more now. He's a runner-up for NFL Coach of the Year. He's back for his 2nd season. GM Nick Caserio has made all win-now moves. This offseason was not let's build for the future. This offseason was let's win now. When you have Stroud on a rookie contract, you need to take advantage. Certainly the Chiefs were able to do that in recent seasons. They bring back offense coordinator Bobby Slowick. There was some talk he might get a job elsewhere. He's back. The quarterback coach, Jared Johnson, is back as well. So the offensive rookie of the year in C.J. Stroud, what do you have, 23-5 touchdown to interception ratio. And I think 3 of those picks came in one game of the 5 that he had all year. 100.8 quarterback rating, 8.2 yards per pass attempt. I mean, the last 50 years, the only quarterback to lead the league in yards per game and touchdown interception ratio, Joe Montana, Tom Brady, C.J. Stroud. That's what he did last year. And again, you have Case Keenum, Davis Mills backing him up, so they can win a game if Stroud gets hurt, or 2. In the offseason, you talk about win-now moves. You trade for Joe Mixon at running back, proven veteran back. You trade for Steph Diggs, who had 100-plus receptions each of the last 6 years, big-name wide receiver. Clearly, you know, when you're spending money on skill position talent, on aging skill position talent, that tells you one thing. A, they have salary cap room, and B, I guess that's 2 things. That tells you they have salary cap room and that they're looking to win right now. And of course, you have Nico Collins, Tank Dell, Dalton Schultz, plenty of receiving talent. 4 starters back on the offensive line. They do a zone blocking scheme. And again, that you expect that to improve second year running the same system. The offense last year had the fewest giveaways in the NFL. Only 14. They finished plus 10 in turnover margin, tied for 5th in the league in that regard. You would expect at least some regression in that regard. Giveaways. They're going to have a few more picks and a few more INTs. We don't know if they're going to be top 5 in turnover margin this year. And those are certainly concerns when you're talking about a Texans team that now has to win 10 games or more in order to cash your over bet. Let's talk about the defense in just a minute. First, I do want to let you guys know what's going on at WagerTalk.com. You guys know me. I love the season wins. I spend all of June working on NFL season wins. A report came out the first week of July. That report, my NFL season win report, 100 wins, 50 losses, 3 pushes since 2001 over the lifetime of the report. I think it's 23 years, 24 years, whatever it is. It's been good. It's been consistently good. The big tickets have been even better, 16-4, 80% with the 5% plays. My report is available right now. WagerTalk.com, WT.buzz/TC. It'll take you right to my page. And you can take $20 off that season win report. 5 plays in the package, including a 5% big ticket. Just use promo code REPORT20 at checkout. You get $20 off that season win report. Again, REPORT20 at checkout to take advantage. If you like this early NFL betting content, please give us the thumbs up. Makes all the difference. And of course, if you agree, disagree, feel free. Chime in the comments below. I'll be back to check out what you guys are saying in the comments throughout the course of the summer months. Obviously, we try to put these previews out early. Why are we putting them out early? So you guys can get the best of the number. That's why these numbers can and will move over the course of the summer months. And certainly by the time August rolls around, talk about the numbers getting bet into shape, we'll see that. So that's why we like to put out the NFL content right here in July, give you guys an early look, a first look at all 32 NFL teams. So we talked about Houston making win now moves. How about this for the defense? They signed 14 defensive free agents. All right. They do have a brutal slate of opposing quarterbacks this year. I get it. But, then Danielle Hunter, you got Danico Autry, the tackles, you got Settle and Foley Fatukasi, my apologies. Linebacker, Aziz Al-Shayir, the cornerbacks, Jeff Okudah and CJ Henderson. They could have as many as 7 new starters on the defensive side of the football for a defensive-minded head coach in Ryans, who is a pretty good defender himself and a pretty smart defender himself at the NFL level. Of course, Will Anderson was the Defensive Rookie of the Year last year. He returns. And they're switching. They're going to be running like a lot of 4-2-5 defensively. They're going to run that 70% of the time. I think this defense is going to be pretty good. But when you're talking about a lot of free agents coming into play, as many as 7 new starters, don't necessarily expect that defense to be great. Week 1, that's the defense we would expect to improve as the season progresses and they get more familiar with the schemes that they're trying to run. All right, the schedule. Well, let's see. They faced 5 division champs from last year, 7 playoff teams from last year, 11 games versus teams with a winning record from last year. That's certainly a concern. Much tougher schedule this year than a season ago. A season ago, the Texans had one of the easiest schedules in the NFL. That's not the case. They're getting lots of TV time. Not like the league is burying the Texans. And late in the season, too. So they expect Houston to be competitive. They got Thursday night, Sunday night, a Monday night game. They have a Saturday game against KC on Christmas Day. And those are all after Halloween. So the networks are confident that Houston's going to be pretty good throughout the course of the campaign. That's why they're giving them the TV time later in the season. And, of course, AFC South opponents face NFC North and AFC East. NFC North's a tough division. AFC East is a tough division. All right, so it gets a lot tougher for the Texans schedule-wise. There are 3 extra games at Dallas, at KC, Baltimore. Brutal. I can't bet this team over. I like the Texans. I like them a lot. But when you're talking about a huge 6-win improvement from one year to the next and a strength of schedule that's not a little tougher than last year, it's way tougher than last year. Then you have a rookie QB who was great. You have to expect something of a sophomore slump. You have the positive turnover margin from a year ago. You can't necessarily expect that 2 years in a row. All of these factors point down for Houston. So we like the team. We like the coach. We like the organization. We like the GM. We like the talent. Maybe on a week-by-week basis, there might be some money to bet the Texans. And again, if I have to play it, I ain't betting Houston under because we like all those teams, all those factors. But when all's said and done, this is a brutal schedule for a team that I don't trust against a brutal schedule. So I ain't playing the Texans over. We might find value with them week by week. I'm not convinced it's going to be the case. And early on, as this defense, again, as many as 7 new starters, there will be some growing pains. At least early. Week 1, week 2, week 3, I'm viewing the Texans as a team you might want to play some games over the total with. For sure, that's one that makes a whole lot of sense to this bettor. All right, thank you so much for watching this preview. If you're enjoying this early NFL betting content. And again, I'm putting it out early so you guys get a chance to watch it early and make your bets early before the markets move. If you're watching it late and the markets have moved already, I can't help you. I tried, but what are you going to do? But if you like this betting content, please just hit the like. That's all I ask. If you want to drop a comment, I appreciate it so much. Agree, disagree, tell me what you think, and I'll be back to check throughout the summer months. If you want more team previews, be sure to click on one of the videos on your screen right now. Check out the full playlist from wagertalk.com. And, of course, take advantage of that promo code REPORT20 to get my NFL season win report for 2024. And take $20 off, REPORT20 at checkout. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the games. And stick around for the next video right here on Wager Talk TV. Cheers.